One of the best pieces of advice I received early in my player development skills training career was to have a curriculum for every aspect of the game. So in this instance, you can see attacking a closeout film edit. You have to have a player development curriculum, I believe, so you can teach the players you're training of how the best of the best do it. You're playing without the ball for 70% of the game. So you have to be able to move without the ball. You have to find space and let the ball find you. So you have to be able to play out of closeouts. And you can see NBA players, especially if you're not the top 2%, you have to be able to attack a closeout efficiently. So it starts with either two options. You either shoot it or you drive the closeout. And what I teach first for driving a closeout is it starts with reading your primary defender prior to your closeout or prior to the defender's closeout. And so if it's a long closeout, you're shooting the ball every time. If it's a shorter closeout and they're really running at you hard, one of the progressions I teach is to beat the defender on the catch. And there's a couple players I studied for this, and you'll see in the breakdown, Dwayne Wade is one, Kevin Durant is one. Who's doing it really well this year in the NBA is Mikal Bridges. Jaylen Brown is another player that attacks closeouts very efficiently with beating the defender on the catch. So beating him on the catch starts with a split stance. So you're catching the ball on 2 feet in a wide stance like D Wade does right here. You can see he's on a wide stance, 2 feet. And then he's immediately ripping or sweeping through low. And it really helps your momentum to take you towards the basket and allows you to beat your primary defender quickly and efficiently in 0.5. That's a big emphasis, especially in college and the NBA, is to make quick decisions, 0.5 mindset that like the Spurs made famous years ago. So then it becomes, once you attack the closeout here in this wide stance, you're exploding off your back foot and you're driving the closeout. So you're beating your primary defender. What Dwayne Wade does excellently is he really dips his inside shoulder low to be able to veer back in front of his primary defender. I always show Dwayne Wade when I'm trying to teach players how to veer back in front because he uses his shoulder and he plays so low, as you can see, to beat his primary defender. And then once you beat your primary defender, is a big point of emphasis is finishing. So you're finishing against your primary defender, you're finishing against a rotating help defender, or you're finishing basically against a rotating shot blocker. So in that instance right here, you could see D Wade was finishing against a rotating help defender. So right now it's a rotating help defender who's meeting him outside the box, which is basically outside the restricted circle. And then he goes cross step or windmill based off of, he goes over top. So I usually call that a windmill, and then finishes. Here he is again. Now watch how he catches. Wide stance, sweeps the ball low to get his momentum to beat the top foot of the primary defender. So you can see his defender's close, and he's able to beat him and then finish at the rim. His defender is very close to him, his primary defender, so he goes wide split stance. I've also heard it called the KD step because he does it a lot, as you'll see. I've heard it called a split step. I've heard it called a cheat step too because it really allows you to beat your defender quickly. And now right here, you can see a rotating help defender. He goes slide by, finish. Here's KD. You can see how quickly he does this in transition. Right there, he has a wide stance, exploding off his back foot right here, and gets downhill for a veer finish at the rim. You can see wide stance, sweeps through low, and then is attacking a closeout. Finishes against a rotating shot blocker. Watch it again. Wide stance, KD step, 2 dribbles, finishing against a shot blocker. Now watch Cam Johnson right here. He's shifting up or shaking up. So his defender closes out, and you can see his defender is out of position right here. So he's going to attack middle and then veers against the rotating shot blocker to get an and one. Here's Jaylen Brown. Watch. You see the wide split stance right here, explodes off his back foot, gets the ball down quickly, and is now beating his defender to the rim. Look at this wide stance again. You can see that's a real point of emphasis. You're catching it off 2 feet in a wide stance and driving off the back foot. And then once again, finishing through contact. That's against a rotating shot blocker. So you can see he's driving. There's a shot blocker goes up. He's able to move the ball and finish. So as you can tell, this was one of the emphasis you have to have as a player on the perimeter is to be able to attack a closeout efficiently. So you're either shooting it or you're driving it with a split step, beating your defender on the catch, which is what the Miami Heat call it.